Today hasn't gone off to the best of starts. We forgot the keys and had to break into the boat, and the boat batteries are on there. So I'm just removing the knees with the square bolty things, and Simon passes me that. I'm gonna be here all day doing this with the piece of wood here in the way. So I said, I remember that we had a special tool for this, and this was sent to us by Jeffrey years ago, and it's a special socket that does any shape and any size. Oh yeah. Ha ha ha! There we go. Working smarter today. Oh, for fuck's sake. I think that one at the top is beyond my strength level. Got that one out.
Fix.
See how strong you are today. Have you had your Weetabix?
Yeah, I had 3.
You did actually, didn't you?
It was a 3 Weetabix.
What do you think of the adjustable socket?
It's actually quite good.
Told ya.
And a wise man, right, should always like, oh, it's a German, no, that's for a 6-point. Potentially it won't work, but it did.
I said it's adjustable for everything. There you go. I've been right once this year.
Still, they were tight, especially for this little.
Yeah.
Little,
I haven't got time to be messing with one bleeding screw.
This one took me hours to get out.
These aren't not good, are they?
I didn't bore you guys with them. I wanted to, but
It's always like the simple jobs that take the longest, isn't it? Just unscrew that. And it's like, no. So we've got 2 beam shelves to replace in here. That's great.
oh, it's just because there's got nothing holding it on, has it?
No, it's rotten through.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, we'll change the beam shelf, I don't know.
It's nearly Christmas. Have you even started Christmas shopping yet? I haven't bought anything, but I think I'm going to keep it really simple this Christmas, and I think I'm going to give my loved ones the gift of an Ekster wallet. Now, we've had ours for a good few months now, and I absolutely love them. As well as them being sleek and stylish and coming in a different variety of styles and colours, they're also safe. They're trackable, so you can find them if you lose them, and they're FRID protected, so your cards are safe in there as well. So Ekster are running a Christmas sale, so if you buy anything from their website from the 10th of December, you'll get 55% off if you use our code SHIPHAPPENS. So on the 10th of December, go and get your Christmas shopping done.
Right, so we've got the frames cut now, got the scarves in them. Got a little fixing here. The little fixing keeps the scarf together but allows the very upper part of the frame to then slip to conform to the hull. Gemma's got our paintbrush.
Spreaders. Fluid spreaders.
No, I don't like this bit, it's a bit boring. But... Right, let's glue these up.
Glue them.
Glue them. Right, that's that one in, clamps up, down, ready to go. I haven't put the screws in it yet, but we're going to put the other one in first. So we're going to go and glue that, then we'll fit the next one. Right, next one, ready to go. Bit of water now. You ready for me?
Yeah.
Okay, keep you on there while I wedge it.
That'll do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That'll do, she says. That's why I said when I met Gemma.
Hold on. Have you checked the water level outside before we screw through temporarily?
No.
Okay.
I'm technically not going all the way through, but how can we test it?
Hold on, we're okay.
Could blow down this pipe. Well, that was like just below the exhaust.
That is the toilet pipe.
Yeah, it's bubbling. So the water's definitely there, but not there.
Okay, and we're higher than that one, aren't we?
Yeah, so it's not bubbling there, but it's bubbling there.
So you're all right to screw?
Yeah,
there.
100%. I like this drill. It smells like a model railway, if you know what that smells like. Like a brushed motor.
Okay, so just getting all the frames temporarily screwed up.
Right, so we've got the beam shelf now wedged up to that, down to that stringer. For us to get the beam shelf, the lower beam shelf in, this one here, we need to get this one out now, don't we, Gem?
Yes. And we're hoping the rotten frame behind isn't as rotten down there where we haven't got to mess with the exhaust fixings. So we're going to take it apart and assess it. Also got this horrible knee off. This isn't as bad as the last one, to be honest.
She knows which way to do the spanner, doesn't she?
I ain't working above my head. I've got like weak arms.
I think everyone has. It's horrible working above your head.
Getting too old for this.
Well, Gemma saved that one. I've got loads of them. You do throw them away.
Simon is quite a hoarder.
There you go, John. Look after that for me.
Well, that pink screw. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes you 40 years old, pink screw, pink, it's gone. You know, like if I don't be a bit ruthless with them at times, literally would never even throw the scrap wood away.
I've got the camera going because it's going to fall out. It's holding that up.
Oh, a little packer.
Shimmering it.
That's an expansion gap filler, that.
Yes. It's getting better, isn't it? But yeah, that's how they joined them. Obviously, that's like original web frame height, and it's not bad, is it? Really. We'll do better. We'll make it one piece.
Do you know that's going to end up in my washing machine because you never empty your pockets?
Oh, it's your washing machine now, is it?
Oh, you can have it. You can have it. If you're going to use it, you can have it.
Let's wash my screws somehow.
We have washed quite a few screws.
Like laundering screws, isn't it? It's a screw laundering business.
Alright, get back to your boat work.
Alright, shall I be?
We got told off the other week. As we always do. Stop having so much fun and just get the boat built. Now, imagine, like, if it was like a job and it was dead serious. 4 years in, we'd quit. And
Yeah.
it's not, you know, to us, having fun and doing something you enjoy is the most important thing above giving you content. We've got to enjoy what we're doing, and by having a laugh and making it fun makes you want to get out of bed in the morning and want to go and do it, because we're at this every day.
Yeah.
And especially now you're getting into winter and the weather's crap, and obviously you've got to traipse out into the mud. Sometimes it can be a bit depressing, but to come and have fun is what sort of keeps you going, isn't it?
Well,
So yeah.
that's how we used to be, didn't we? Back in the day, we used to have fun. We used to all take the mickey out of each other, but nowadays you can't, can you?
Yeah.
Everyone's
So,
like, oh, you can't say that.
I feel sorry for the people who give them comments, because obviously they mustn't have much joy in their life. Do you know what I mean? So, have more fun, everyone.
Yeah.
Makes life a bit better.
Yeah.
Like,
Don't take yourself too seriously either. Obviously, you know, with us, we don't really, we're not bothered, are we, about how we look, what we say. We're just humans. Everyone's just human. So I'm going to try and get this out without breaking these frames.
because they're the only ones that look good.
I can't bother changing them.
Check you out with your safety spectacles.
Yeah, well, it's quite yeah. There we go. Actually, yeah, I did this in the last video. One of these went like, straight across, right? But I managed to slow it down in the footage, so last video, don't know if you saw that, I'm going across. Did a slow-mo of it, Gemma.
Oh.
Gemma hasn't seen it yet, so this isn't going to go slow-mo. Yeah, here we go.
I'm gonna hide here. I'm risking my life to film this.
You know, you always don't go ding.
I know. You never know where they're gonna go either, so I went and hid behind the wall.
Why is everything got sticky glue on it all the time? Every toy you pick up's like sticking to you.
Oh, you found a non-rotten bit. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Another frame.
Using oak now. Bit of a mixture of this bow and that.
So, is there any problems with using different types of wood on a wooden boat? Which is a question we got asked the other week. You know, like with metals, you have dissimilar metals. Now, we're not educated enough to give you that answer, but there might be someone watching who can shed some light.
Well, it's going to flex differently. That's right. One's going to last longer than the other. They're going to swell differently. But I think for what we're using, it doesn't really matter. This oak's come from our cast-off pile, so it's obviously just a short length. So we bring it over in 3 metre lengths. It's been cut down, had a knot in it, there. So we've cut the knot out. It's perfect for this job here. So, and it's actually straight. So we're not using laminated here, because it's actually in this portion of the hull. It's like dead straight. So Gemma's tripping over. Didn't see that, but. Well, that was clever.
It's knocked half my boat off.
Beautiful.
We're straight.
Good wood. I'll film you.
I'll film you. Give me the
I want to film you. Do a dance, monkey.
So I've got to pretend I know what I'm talking about now. So I've just made these. So what we're going to do now is just put some temporary packers in there to tie the rotten beam shelf to the hull, just to stop the flexi. It's just to stop the blowing about in the wind.
And it'll keep it all perfectly in line with this beam shelf, because even though it's damaged up here, it's still the right shape.
And we're mainly doing that because the prop we've got in there, we put in this morning, needs coming out because we are about to put a sister on this stringer. So we need that prop. So we thought instead of putting props, we'll just screw it all up.
We need to do the sister now because we're putting blocks on top of the sister to carry the beam shelf. It's all very confusing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, we'll do it and then you'll see. Now, what we need.
Sorry to all the viewers at home who need to put sunglasses on, because that light just bounces straight off your bonnet.
Does it? Oh,
I think that light.
That's a good summer. Right, don't move that now.
You put that in the wrong hand, didn't you?
No, it's fine. Go over it. Ow, ow, ow. Yeah. Right, so what I've also done, well, we've kind of a joint effort this, joint forces, make some plywood washers, because I don't ever trust this plywood on the outside, so.
No.
Okay, we now see the bolt coming out, so go for the washer. Okay, get on your gun.
You ready?
Yep. Bit more. Keep going. Alright, so I'm on my knot. Okay. Beautiful. Nice and tight now. Right, so I've got all the paint off the top of this now, because basically this string is a bit soft, but the way I see it, it's better to leave it in because there is still a lot of strength in it, but we're going to put a sister on it. Right, my glamorous assistant. She'll like it when I call her assistant.
Assistant? Is that all I am to you?
So I told you that, she doesn't like it when I say that.
Your assistant. You could be my assistant.
Am I the glamorous assistant? Who's the most glamorous?
You're just the assistant.
I'm just the assistant.
I knew it'd run out.
I've opened it when we saved the end. Someone last time when we did a tactical change.
Never get this out. I love this tool, but it's got that cloggy at the end.
But it doesn't give you enough to like. Just go angry.
I can't. I've got the energy to go. I'm not an angry person.
Just a liar. We're at the end. What's that all go? I was trying to pass at the end and everything.
It's been one of them days, hasn't it? Woohoo! I'm getting there though. Thanks, assistant.
One day I'll be glamorous. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got glue and crap.
High five!
No. Glue around.
I think I mentioned earlier on in the episode to like make a note of how high your things needed to be. And he did, on top of the old frame.
It's all good. It's all good. Luckily, we still had reference to this one here, so we've got that one, so now we just need to measure from there to there. Dead easy.
Dead easy, yeah. There's a tape measure. Get off my list.
269. 277.
Just out of curiosity.
Is that down there? Just focus on that. 250. Very high there. You did high.
I'm resting it on that. Just measure this one.
268.
Okay, we've got 277 on that one. Hold on, just put the camera on because Simon's just said I was right. Tell them why I was right.
I don't know why she's right, but what I was saying is the one we're landed on here. So basically our engine room attached to the bulkhead, stable. This one here, so we've just measured from that one down there, which vanishes nicely down the rest of the beam shelf to here, but then there's actually a step here. So I think what we need to do is get a long piece of wood and go from there to there, then we'll have to replace this one. And then we'll make up our own numbers for that one.
That was original then.
That was original.
Let's get a long piece and we'll see. So we set up a string line, but what we just realised.
This one here is landing good. This one's not. This one's got a gap in it.
So we're thinking the original ones rested on the beam shelf, but it was just not.
Yeah.
So that's why ours looks lower.
Yeah.
From the measurement we had.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't right in the first place.
Can't get everything right. I mean, all these technically before was because the knees were here, so they used to put the load into there, didn't they? But then they took the knees off and moved the knees, so technically we don't need these anymore.
No, but we'd like something for our beam shelf to sit on.
Yeah.
So we just need to remeasure now.
Readjust.
Ta-da!
Beautiful. Better than you.
Well, yeah, these ones fit.
She didn't even make cakes at home.
Liar.
Well, she does, I've never seen them. How do you like your eggs in the morning?
Not fertilised.
In a cake!
So here we are ready for the beam shelf.
Beam shelf time!
But it is getting dark outside. So I know it does look like it on the camera, it is actually darker than what it looks outside. Can't really start opening up all the decks.
No.
Because it's going to be pitch black in about half an hour.
And I'm hungry.
And you're hungry. Yeah. Right. Wait a minute.
Right, it's just a few days later, glue's gone off beautifully. What we need to do now is put the beam shelf in. So we're going to put 3 layers in. So unfortunately it means opening up the engine room so we can hopefully get these beams in. And I think what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to cut this top piece out here because this will be replaced at some point. That'll assist us getting it in. Right, let's go see what's going on upstairs. What are you up to?
Just sanding the beam shelf, ready for it to go in. New sanding pad sent to us by Terry E, so thank you so much Terry for the sanding discs. So they'll come in very handy for my little sander because I just used the last one. Problem is, everything always has mud on when we bring it over. Right, so it's time to get the beam shelf in. Not as easy as the normal beam shelf where we usually put it in from the top, because it's got to go in from the top here and it's got to go down through the hole into the aft cabin area. So it's going to be a bit of a, I think the first one's going to be easy, second one will get harder, and I think the third one is going to be even harder as well as covered in glue. So at least the first one, there's no glue for now.
I think you might have to go into the
other room?
Yeah.
Okay. So now I need to go to the room, so we've got the big walk round.
You might take that thing off.
To here. Yeah. Right, it's gonna be a long walk to the engine room to do the others. Right, back to the other room I think.
A little bit of epoxy between the two. Right, go on, Jam. Yeah, a bit more. Bit more. Yeah, okay. Right, we're ready for number 2 now.
Right then, so our salmon's having a number 2. We'll go and get the glue ready.
So number 2. Not go for a number 2. We need number 2.
Okay then. I'll be really glad when this section's finished so I'm not up and down all the stairs. So back to the engine room. You ready for this?
How's the lever be? Okay. Okay. Go a bit more. Yes. Okay. Right, next piece. Right, got all the epoxy on it now. Ready for number 3. Right, this one's already been pre-wetted. If it looks bent, because it is a bit bent, but so is Sarinda, so it doesn't matter, does it?
There we go. Just tied up some epoxy now.
That was quite a successful thing. Like throughout the build, you always have these things going through your head. Well, I'm going to get that down there and stuff like that, and it turned out to be quite easy.
Okay, right, next job.
Next job. Right, so now we've got our shelf all into the aft. What we can do now, well, technically the beam shelf isn't actually attached to the boat. So what we need to do is attach it to the boat. And the way it gets attached is, it basically nails through there into the frames. So we need to get as many nails now in all the cured epoxy part of the beam shelf through the hole, make it nice and strong. Right, let's get the little packers that Gemma made earlier.
Snug as a bug. Did I come out?
Perfect.
Cool.
Okay. Don't know if you can see how wobbly that is, but after we've got these nails in, hopefully the wobble's gone.
Done! Woohoo!
Now for the wobble test. The hole is now solid to the beam shelf.
The only thing about that clamp that I don't like, it is awesome, works fantastic, but it leaves little dimples in my beam shelf. But there we go. So we are now done. The beam shelf is finished till there and the packers. So once all that side's dry, we'll get the rest of the packers in. So I think now is the big conundrum. Do we carry on with the woodwork aft? Or do we concentrate on getting the deck beams done in the engine room to be able to get the deck on? Because once we've done the deck beams in the engine room, the deck can be on all the way to there.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be nice to say right, the full deck's complete, because it's not complete at the moment, it stops here. But is this the biggest structural part of the boat? I don't know. We're sort of chasing winter as well at the moment, so.
Winter's chasing us,
Winter's
it's coming.
Chasing us, yeah. So it's what do? We may as well take advantage of the weather, try and put a few deck beams in. If we get rained off, we can move off, can't we?
But putting these deck beams in isn't going to be easy.
I don't know. Should we have a quick rethink?
So we could continue aft. It's open, it's workable, and it doesn't involve much outside work during the winter.
Or we could continue, because we've got all the materials here now to make some nice benches and storage in here. Well, that's a definite rainy day job, isn't it? Oh, I think what would be sensible is to continue with these deck beams. Because the weather's on our side at the moment, but as we said earlier, it's not quite as simple to change the beams.
We could be very lazy and we could just change the ends of the beams and then sort of sandwich them like with two sisters.
Yeah, that was one idea kicking about, but I think we might be able to do it slightly different.
Because this is going to hopefully be the only time the deck's open and accessible to change all the beams.
Right, so to actually change these beams won't be too bad, but what we need to do is change this piece as well at some point. It's not like, oh, it needs to be doing right now. It's not doing massive amounts of work. This was originally part of the original coach roof, where like maybe like the wheelhouse was and the chart room. But we're gonna obviously keep it in. It's been there for a long time. I mean, we could, if this was good, what we could do is actually slip a new piece in like that. So cut this one out and get that one in. Won't be too bad, but we still need to change this one. So I think what we should do is actually just remove this, maybe put a prop in it, and then we can work forward, get that bit in, not putting this piece back in for now. I don't know, it's a bit of a head scratcher.
Because basically right above our heads here is the upright of the midship saloon and the roof. So all that weight...
Can I just weigh in here? Yeah, that's here. That's there. This is the original one, the original where the uprights were.
Okay.
Not that it makes much difference.
So there's not much holding up our whole midship cabin?
No, well there never has been. But on the other hand, how heavy is the midship cabin? It's not like 8 ton, is it?
The roof we put on could possibly...
No, the whole roof, I think weighed just under a ton. Okay. Because I weighed a piece of board and we calculated that.
So we just need to work out the safest and best way to be able to do these beams. But that's a us problem and not a you problem. So we're going to scratch our head and work out the best way to do things and hopefully start getting our teeth into it.
I think we should start by, we'll get a few of these made, get a few beams for, let's say for 8 foot down the boat, so we can get an 8 foot board down.
Yeah. It's not a job I'm really looking forward to this because you have got such a big amount of weight above your head, which we didn't really have doing the side ones, doing the front ones. So no. Let us work that problem out and come back next week to see if the whole midship saloon falls on our heads. It
might be raining and we might just go, do something else.
You never know. Yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much to our amazing Patreon, Coffee and YouTube supporters, because without you guys this project wouldn't be possible. So thank you all so much. So see you all next week.
See you guys.